Hi everybody, welcome back. This is for the reading 510 for digital resources. We're just going to take a look at a few digital resources that I use in my daily activities for school. So here, the first one here is for Canva. This is a fairly new resource that I've been using. I actually use this to print out maybe fun little, what should we call them, worksheets. Since I teach ESL, so English as a second language, I'm able to kind of implement some aspects of like free things that I want to do. So I can just add in like different things that I want to have the kids do, especially if it's like younger kids and they want to be able to have us add in anything that's not related to the curriculum at the school. So I usually go on here and look for something that kids could do, mainly like little word searches or things like that. I do know that on here you are able to make your own PowerPoints. I haven't yet, but you can create certain things here, like you can create your own docs, or you can also use some of the templates here. I do know that there's a premium option, but I don't use it. So, and it separates it by grades as well, so you can use anything on here for whatever grade you teach. I usually only teach the elementary level and kindergarten level, so I don't really go farther other than probably to like fourth grade. So that's this one, and there's just a lot of resources on here that you can use. There's like for other subjects if you want. And then going to Kahoot, I use Kahoot often. I've made my own quizzes for books that I've taught, mainly for like literature classes. I think it's a really good resource for like to get kids really involved with like review or just anything kind of fun to get their minds off of the lesson. So I've incorporated some pictures into the slides or like references to like pop culture things that they like. And it's fairly easy to use. You can just hit the create button and then you go and create your Kahoot. And then you just add in your questions here and the top one. And then you can just add like your answers. So for like multiple choice, and then it has like a little in the middle section here, you can add in your own media for whatever you want. They have their own like stock images, or you can do some that you've picked up from like your in your like own personal search, but you can add them there. I personally like Kahoot. I know there's other like quiz apps. I haven't used any of the other ones, but I do know, or I've personally used Kahoot, so I just usually use Kahoot. And then moving on to our other resource, EduTopia. This one's really new for me. I started using this actually from this course, and I actually find it very interesting. It separates topics by lots of different subjects, mainly for like professional development. So like here they have social emotional learning, professional learning, project-based learning, which I've actually started to use, and it's actually very helpful for my class, or it gives me ideas for what to do with my kids, because a lot of the school I currently teach at, it's kind of requires the kids to play games or like doing something fun. So it gives me ideas to look at and really how can I make the class fun for these young kids, especially if they're very immersed in technology. So it's a lot more easier for me to find things on here for them to do in class, or if the time allows, if I can deviate from the curriculum that they give us. But and it's very all like research based, so it's very I would say very informative. So like this one here, it says using ChatGPT to support student-led inquiry, which has been something that we've been talking about recently in lots of education and the using of AI. But yeah, this one's very good. And then the next source that I use is ThoughtCo. It's also kind of like EduTopia, but I use it specifically for teaching English as a second language and also for myself. Here it has languages separated. I use it for Japanese personally and Mandarin, but here I use it for English for kids, mainly because I have some training with English, like teaching English as a second language, but a lot of the stuff I kind of learn on the go sometimes. So I come to here to see like what methods or like how other people are using techniques to in order for their basically bettering my abilities to teach English, which for me is it's fun, but also sometimes can be very daunting at times because I it's very hard for me to teach English if you don't know the technical terms. But yeah, I go on here and I read up on like little articles or things here. It also has other subjects like science, technology, and math, and humanities, and other things like that. But this is Taco. And for our last one, I use this one as mainly as a resource, which is Grammarly. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard of Grammarly. I actually use it to help me with grammar. So I usually go to here to tools and guides, and I click on the grammar tab, and it just gives you some rundown of like English grammar. So like it has here for verbs, nouns, and any other parts of speech. It has syntax rules. It also has for punctuation, mechanics. These are I use this for like my higher grades, like a little bit of the older kids who are like writing, and it helps me better explain how the grammar works. They do get some grammar explanation by the Korean teachers, but just for me, so I'm able to use that actual language in class, so they are familiar with what those words mean. So like verbs, nouns, and pronouns. Knowing those words is very helpful. I also can attest to that because learning Japanese and Chinese, it's a lot more easier to know what those words are. So like you can ask, oh, what is the verb for this, or what is the noun of this? So yeah, and this one also, Grammarly is also kind of like an application that you can use to help you with your writing. So you can use it to like add in or correct your grammar if you're using it like if you're using like a Google Doc or like Microsoft Office, you can use it to help you correct your grammar. Usually you can put it on your Chrome as I think it's like a pin that you can have on your web browser. And then you can also actually, if you log in, you can also create, hold on, let me sign in. If you go into here, you can upload your document as well, whatever one that you've done, or you can also just create your own document and begin writing here. So you could do like your whole essay here, and it could help you correct whatever grammar mistakes you have. But I will say that the free one doesn't give you all the options. It just gives you basic suggestions. But if you don't really need to use it, you don't have to. But you can, and it corrects your some grammar. But you have to kind of pay for the premium option to get more suggestions. So I would say that's kind of the drawback on here. But I don't really use it for that function. I just mainly use it to correct grammar for students or for me as reference. But yeah, so those are the resources that I wanted to share that I use, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.